In the beginning, long before cities rose, long before stories were spoken, long before language shaped our world, our ancestors walked the earth in quiet fear. The planet was raw then, untamed, unpredictable, and ruled by predators faster, stronger, and far more terrifying than anything we can imagine today. For millions of years, survival meant retreat. It meant endurance. It meant living each day guided not by dreams, but by hunger, danger, and instinct. The world was vast, but early humans were small. Yet hidden in that ancient wilderness was something extraordinary. Something waiting patiently through storms, through seasons, through the slow turning of ages. A force both beautiful and deadly. A force that shaped landscapes and would one day shape us. Fire. At first, it appeared only in flashes of lightning, in the dry crackle of a thunderstorm, in the sudden blaze of a burning savanna. It arrived not as a tool, but as a mystery, a wild presence that every creature feared. Our ancestors watched it from a distance, from shadows, uncertain, trembling, the heat, the brightness, the crackling sound. To them, fire was alive. But somewhere inside those fragile early humans, something flickered, something new, something no other creature carried quite the same way. Curiosity. And curiosity, more than strength or speed, is what makes a species rise. At first, fire was simply observed, a distant glow after a storm, the smoking remains of a fallen tree, flames moving across grasslands at night, painting the world in colors no one had seen before. And slowly, very slowly, our ancestors approached, one cautious step at a time. They learned that fire kept predators away. They learned that fire lit the darkness. They learned that fire warmed cold bones during brutal nights. But the greatest discovery of all wasn't warmth. It wasn't safety. It was transformation. For millions of years, raw meat had been difficult, chewy, risky, and hard to digest. It demanded strength from jaws, patience from stomachs, and energy from bodies already exhausted by survival. Every meal was a battle, but when meat fell close to a flame, when heat softened it, when its scent changed, something miraculous happened. Nutrients once trapped inside tough fibers became unlocked. Calories that once took hours to chew could now be consumed in minutes. In that moment, simple, accidental, yet profound, humanity's destiny shifted. Cooking didn't just feed us. Cooking freed us. With cooked food, our ancestors spent less energy digesting and more energy growing. Our bodies changed, our jaws softened, our teeth shrank, our stomachs became more efficient, and our brains, hungry for energy, began to expand. Neural pathways multiplied, thought deepened. Imagination awakened. What lightning had sparked in the sky, fire now sparked in our minds. Pause for a moment and imagine that. Every idea, every tool, every painting on cave walls, every story told, every invention built, every step that led from the wild savannas to the world we know today, all of it began beside a flame. But the journey to mastering fire was not fast, nor easy. It took hundreds of thousands of years, years filled with fear, failure, and fragile courage. Nights when predators prowled at the edge of the fire's glow. Days when flames died unexpectedly, leaving tribes vulnerable. Moments when a single spark meant the difference between life and death. Slowly, patiently, our ancestors learned. They learned to keep fire alive, to carry glowing embers from place to place, to protect flames against wind and rain, to pass knowledge from generation to generation. Fire became more than a discovery, more than a tool, more than warmth. Fire became tradition. And around that tradition, something new emerged, something that would redefine what it meant to be human. Community. When people gathered around glowing embers, they shared warmth, they shared food, they shared glances, gestures, and silent stories told through the dance of flames on their faces. Even before language, fire gave us the space to connect. It slowed life down. It brought people closer. It created moments of safety in a world of danger. Cooking didn't just transform what we ate. It transformed who we were. It taught cooperation, because a flame left unattended dies. It taught patience, because good food takes time. It taught imagination, because each ingredient and each method invited experimentation. And gradually, over hundreds of thousands of years, the human body and the human spirit changed. Stomachs shrank, jaws became smaller and more delicate. Teeth lost their heavy, grinding form. Bodies adapted to this new relationship with food. But the brain, grew to a size never before seen in the animal kingdom. A structure so energy demanding that only cooked food could sustain it. We became thinkers, dreamers, toolmakers, and fire shaped more than our biology. It shaped our time. Before fire, night meant danger. It meant hiding. It meant silence. But with fire, evening became possibility. Hours after sunset became time for stories, for planning, for learning. Under the warm glow of a hearth, humanity discovered reflection, memory, and imagination. Around firelight, we learned trust. We learned hope. We learned what it meant to belong. Yet fire was never only comfort. It was also risk. A single ember could destroy an entire forest. A careless moment could cost a life. And so every tribe from the earliest times taught its children the same lesson. Respect the flame. And respect became wisdom. By 1.5 million years ago, cooking was no longer an accident. It was tradition. A quiet revolution burning in every ancient hearth. A force that shaped hunting, gathering, migration, and survival. With fire, our ancestors expanded into colder regions, crossed new landscapes, and endured harsh climates that no primate had ever survived before. Fire allowed us to travel farther. Fire kept us safe at night. Fire made larger groups possible. Fire turned survival into opportunity. And as our species grew, so did our stories. The flame became a symbol of life, of strength, of unity, and of the fragile spark carried inside every human being. Today, we cook without thinking. We turn a knob, press a button, and heat appears. Our meals come wrapped, processed, packaged, convenient. But behind every warm dish is a memory as old as our species. A memory of ancestors huddled around glowing coals, learning, daring, dreaming, illuminated not only by fire, but by possibility. Fire is the oldest teacher humanity ever had. It taught us how to eat, and then it taught us how to become human. So the next time you see a flame on a stove, in a campfire, in a candle flickering quietly in the dark, remember this. That small trembling light is the reason we stand where we are today. The reason we speak, imagine, create, explore. The reason humanity became more than a creature of instinct. Fire shaped our bodies. Cooking shaped our minds. And together, they ignited a story still burning in all of us. This is the story of fire and flesh. The story of transformation. The story of how simple heat reshaped life on Earth and illuminated the path for everything we would one day become.